Ni busara kutambua kuwa ukimpata mtoa baraka.
Kupata mtoa baraka kama Skiza Tune, bonyeza *812 503 hash. *812 503 hash.
Tumewakumbuka. Kenya Revenue Authority is writing off penalties and interest on outstanding tax debt for tax periods up to 31st December 2022. Act now. Pay off your outstanding tax debt in easy installments by 30th June 2024 and watch those penalties and interests vanish. Scan the QR code or visit the KRA website for guidelines on how to apply. You can also call us on 0711 099 999 or visit any of the nearest KRA offices. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to set your tax records right. Anza upya na KRA Tax Amnesty. Kenya Revenue Authority. Tulipe ushuru, tujitegemee.
Good evening. This is KBC Channel 1. You're just in time for comprehensive news on Sunday Express. We'll take you all the way to Siaya as the country government officials walked along the late Chief of Defense, that is General Francis Ogola's family, to give him a befitting send-off as prescribed in his will and testament. A man that has been eulogized as a gallant officer, a mentor and diligent. Further on, also we have great news coming from London as our men and women make Kenya proud. All this coming up in not too long.
Fare thee well, General. Chief of Defense Forces Francis Ogola has been laid to rest amid glowing tributes.
And I want to assure the country, I have full confidence that General Omenda and the team he has appointed to make sure that all details are laid bare on the accident that took away the life of General Ogola.
Was it an accident? President Ruto pledges a thorough and transparent probe into the crash that killed General Ogola and his troops in Elgeyo Marakwet. And Kenyans rule in London. Perez Japchirchir breaks the world record as Alexander Munyao clinches the men's title in dominant displays at the 44th edition of the London Marathon.
Good evening once again. You're watching Sunday Express. I'm Regina, Manyara, and my colleague on sign language is none other than Byron Abuli. Now, the late Chief of Defense Forces, General Francis Ogola, has been laid to rest at his home in Gia, Lagos, Siaya County. Ogola, who died on Thursday, has been eulogized as a diligent, selfless, and gallant officer who was also a great mentor to men. Now, Ogola's life was cut short by a helicopter crash in Elgeyo Marakwet on Thursday.
Senator Obama Kogelo Primary School played host to the funeral service of Kenya Defence Forces General Francis Ogola. The military procession arrived at about 10 a.m. With military precision, senior officers carried the remains of their fallen general. Glowing tributes from different speakers who eulogized the fallen general.
He contributed 90% toward the construction of that church, and 100% contribution towards the furniture in that church.
In a speech, President William Ruto said he had full confidence in General Ogola when he appointed him last year as the country's Chief of Defence Forces.
There are very few leaders, there are very few people who can fit in the categorization and the shoes of General Ogola.
Family members described the late General Ogola as diligent, selfless, great mentor and a God-fearing man.
He did not like social media. He did not like being in the limelight. He appreciated just doing his work in the silence, not having people talk about it. So not many people knew he was my father, and not many people knew we were related.
Defense Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale said Ogola was a humble and smart general who put Kenya first.
Personally, I have lost a brother. I have lost a colleague. I have lost a member of the Defense Council. I have lost a general who has put the security, the sovereignty and territorial integrity of our country.
Vice Chief of Defense Forces Charles Kahariri said the country had lost its best fighter jet pilot.
As a military, the loss that we have felt, and once again assure His Excellency that as the General would have wanted, we continue to soldier on and ensure the security of this country. So nothing has really changed as far as our duties are concerned.
General Ogola died in a plane crash together with 9 other senior military officials on Thursday while conducting a security inspection tour of the North Rift. Gishuki Washira, Sunday Express.
Remain behind, the PSS that may remain behind.
The fallen Chief of Defence Forces, General Francis Ogola, was laid to rest in strict adherence to the military protocol and the wishes he left behind. As Wycliffe Okech reports, the ceremony was exclusive to the family, with only a few government officials led by President William Ruto and the church in attendance.
The remains of the fallen Chief of the Defence Forces, General Francis Omondi Ogola, were interred at 3:30 at his rural home in Ng'ia, Siaya County, in a solemn ceremony almost 72 hours after passing on Thursday by his wish. As had already been revealed, the burial ceremony was an exclusive family affair, with only top government officials and the clergy joining the military in conducting the burial rites. In line with his wish for a simple burial ceremony, he was buried without a casket, with his remains wrapped in a white sheet. The 4-star general was also accorded a final military parade and a 19-gun salute as an honor for his dedication to service. Instruments of service, including the national flag, the Kenya Defence Forces flag, and medals he was awarded during service, were then handed over to his widow to signify the general's service to the nation. The ceremony was presided over by the Anglican Church, with whom the dedicated soldier worshipped. For Channel 1, I am Wycliffe Okech.
Defense Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale has affirmed Opposition's leader Raila Odinga's sentiments that Chief of Defence Forces General Francis Ogola had no intention to alter the August 2022 presidential results at the Bomas of Kenya. Duale, while addressing mourners at the burial ceremony of the late General Ogola, NCIA shifted the blame to General Ogola's superiors, saying they wanted to misuse him. Well, Giverson Minor has the details.
The burial of the fallen Chief of Defence Forces, General Francis Ogola, did not go without political undertones surrounding the events of the August 2022 elections at the Bomas of Kenya. Defence Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale said General Francis Ogola had no intention to overturn the results of the August 2022 presidential elections. Duale said General Ogola was following the orders of his superiors.
Honorable Raila Odinga was very right. Very right. And I came today to qualify his statement that General Ogola, a man he knows, would not have gone to Bomas. And the people who sent him to Bomas, some of them are here.
There is this allegation that General Ogola went to Bomas to try and change the elections. If you accuse Orengo of me, you can accuse me. I can plead guilty. I know even when I went there, I was just overpowered.
To confirm his innocence, Duale recounted that General Ogola shared text messages telling his superiors that he had no business at the Bomas of Kenya, but was ordered to remain at the National Tallying Center.
And the 411 came while he was in Bomas, saying the results will be announced at 3. And General Ogola then again sent a text message and saying, now that the result will be announced at 3, as a general, as a soldier, what am I doing here? And he was told, stay with your colleague. That text message is there.
Duale said the events at the Bomas led to the decision by the government to ban future members of the National Security Advisory Committee from delegating their duties to their juniors.
The IG, the DG NIS, the Head of Public Service, PS Interior, PS Defense, CDF, PS Foreign Affairs, PS Treasury, and the Solicitor General can never again delegate the attendance of that membership to their juniors.
Giverson Minor, Sunday Express.
That takes us to a fast breather right here on Sunday Express. Do keep it right here for more.
Tumewakumbuka. Kenya Revenue Authority is writing off penalties and interest on outstanding tax debt for tax periods up to 31st December 2022. Act now. Pay off your outstanding tax debt in easy installments by 30th June 2024 and watch those penalties and interests vanish. Scan the QR code or visit the KRA website for guidelines on how to apply. You can also call us on 0711 099 999 or visit any of the nearest KRA offices. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to set your tax records right. Anza upya na KRA Tax Amnesty. Kenya Revenue Authority. Tulipe ushuru, tujitegemee.
Haya, sisi ya kungoja wenye star 570 hash una ploti na ni up to 1.1 million Kenyan shillings with a genuine title deed na inakungoja star 570 hash bukana zake.
Kenya Broadcasting Corporation is Kenya's most trusted news and entertainment brand. Grow your business, acquire more clients, and reach new, diverse audiences by advertising with us. We connect brands to audiences that matter, driving results for brands and enhancing your current marketing strategies. We have packages for all needs, and no product is too small for us. Contact us today and capitalize on our combined power of radio, TV, and digital platforms. KBC, connecting Kenyans.
Good evening. This is Sunday Express. Now, President Dr. William Ruto has assured the country and the family of the late Chief of Defence Forces General Francis Ogola that no stone will be left unturned in the unearthing of the cause of the helicopter crash that killed the KDF boss. The President has expressed confidence in Major General John Omenda's team to investigate the accident and deliver the true findings. The President's assurance are followed by pressure from the opposition, who called for the details of the accident to be laid bare to do away with doubt in the minds of Kenyans.
Was it an accident or the workings of man? Questions surrounding the death of General Francis Ogola took center stage at his burial in Siaya County.
He had a very, very good working relationship with His Excellency. Na hata niliona Excellency jana umeshika macho kidogo, watu wakasema hii ni machozi ya crocodile, these are fake. In my heart, from what I know it was genuine. I know it was genuine.
The Azimio coalition, however, insisted that the truth must be sought as to what transpired in Elgeyo Marakwet on Thursday.
When an accident occurs, it's a security issue. The security concerns which deserve an answer for the nation. And since an inquiry has already been formed, we look forward to a speedy investigations.
I want to ask our uncle, the general's son, not to be impatient with us. It is not because of anything. It is just because once beaten, twice shy.
The opposition believes that true findings into the cause of the accident will comfort some Kenyans who may have read mischief in the incident.
What Kenyans want, Mr. President, is simply to make it public, because then that will allay all these fears. And the matter of General Ogola goes beyond our sister Eileen and our beautiful kids. It's a national thing, for the truth must come out.
President William Ruto assured the country that the government will ensure a thorough probe into the accident that killed the general and 9 other officers.
I have full confidence that General Omenda and the team he has appointed to make sure that all details are laid bare on the accident that took away the life of General Ogola.
The president said Kenya had moved from the era of political assassinations and extrajudicial killings.
I made a commitment to the people of Kenya that there will never be, and let me say this, as has been said here by others, for the avoidance of doubt and without any fear of contradiction, there shall never be again extrajudicial killings or political assassinations.
General Francis Ogola is the first Kenyan military chief to die in office.
Kiharu Member of Parliament Dindi Nyoro says that the government should invest more in agriculture by providing fertilizer to farmers, especially during this rainy season, in a bid to boost the economy. Speaking at a church service in Manyara County, Nyoro also paid his tribute to General Francis Ogola, highlighting the general's exemplary service to the nation.
Tumeona nchi ambayo inajitoteresha kitumbu in terms of food security ni nchi ambayo inaonekana iko dhabiti. We wish the family of General Ogola and all those who lost their lives peace that surpasses all human understanding.
Now, one person is confirmed dead while 5 others are still missing after a boat they were traveling in capsized in Lake Baringo, Baringo County. While confirming the incident, Baringo County Police Commander Julius Kirago said 23 chapter members, mostly youth from Revival Church, were en route to Kokwa Island when the tragedy struck. Kirago said 17 people were rescued, and as such is currently underway for those missing.
On board there were 23 people or children who were heading to Olkokwo, and out of the 23, we were able to rescue about 17 of them, and those who've been found. And out of the 17, unfortunately, we lost one.
The missing ones are 3 girls. These are teenagers, 3 girls, 2 boys as well, teenagers, na mama moja.
We just hope that they are going to come out when they are still alive. That is our wish, and we are going to be here until we make sure that everybody has been rescued from the lake.
We'll be keeping tabs on that, and we hope the missing are found alive. Now, Olympic champion Perez Jepchirchir and Kenya's lone representative in the men's category, Alexander Munyao, are the winners of the 44th edition of the London Marathon. Jepchirchir won the race in the women's only world record time of 2 hours, 16 minutes and 16 seconds, while Munyao clocked 2 hours, 4 minutes and 1 second to win the men's race.
Perez Jepchirchir clocked 2 hours, 16 minutes and 15 seconds to break the previous women's only world record held by compatriot Mary Keitany by 46 seconds. Jepchirchir won the race ahead of the world record holder Tigis Asefa and Kenya's Joycelyn Chepkosgei, who completed the podium dash. Former world marathon record holder Bridget Kosgei and her compatriot Sheila Chepkurui and Ruth Chepngetich finished 5th, 6th and 9th respectively. In the men's category, Kenya's Alexander Mutiso clocked 2 hours, 04 minutes and 01 seconds to win the men's title, relegating multiple world and Olympic champion in track and field Kenenisa Bekele and 2022 world marathon champion Ethiopia's Timera Tola to 2nd and 3rd positions respectively. King Orimwangi for Sunday Express.
I'm sure Bernardo Kumu has something to say concerning that particular marathon, so do still keep it right here. We have so much coming up in as far as matters sports is concerned. Now, heavy rainfall is expected to continue pounding most parts of the country, according to the weekly focus by the Kenya Meteorological Department. Some parts of the country are already experiencing havoc caused by floods. In Machakos County, Governor Vinya Ndeti has called for an emergency disaster response backup following heavy downpour and floods in parts of Kinanye and Syokimau in Mavoko sub-county.
Residents in Nairobi woke up to drenched streets following a heavy downpour. Motorists could be seen driving and wading through the waters that filled the roads. According to the Kenya Meteorological Department, heavy rainfall over several parts of the country is expected to continue. In Machakos County, Governor Vinya Ndeti called for emergency disaster response backup following heavy flooding in parts of Kinanye and Syokimau. The governor advised dozens of families caught up in the affected areas to relocate.
Wale wako along at the river, tafadhali wote watoke wahamie huku juu mahali hakuna maji.
The number of people impacted by the March-May long rains in the country continues to rise. Residents in flood-prone areas have been advised to look out for potential flooding, flash floods, and reduced visibility. For Sunday Express, I'm Alvin Counder.
A lot of debate on that particular directive there by the county chief there to have those in areas that are prone to flooding actually evacuating to safer and higher ground. And one question is, are there arrangements to have these people relocate temporarily until these rains subside? Now, the Kenya Medical Practitioners, Pharmacists, Dentists Union maintains the doctors' strike is still on. This comes as negotiations through the whole nation approach continued amid an impasse on key issues, including the posting of interns. Through the officials, the medical practitioners who have since reduced some of their hard stance now hope for fruitful negotiations.
The Kenya Medical Practitioners, Pharmacists and Dentists Union Secretary General Davji Atela and his deputy Dennis Miskela are calling for reforms in the medical sector.
And the SRC circular even was suspended by the court. So the line government is saying we need to wait for a litigation process, which can take 2 years, 3 years. But this issue was what made us to be on the street. So it is quite important to really note that it has to be sorted out as per the CBA that we signed in 2017.
Because sometimes as a union we get frustrated that people don't realize that these offices we hold them in public trust.
The medics urged the ministry officials to emulate the late General Francis Ogola, who streamlined services in the military.
KMPD has been holding medical camps, which at times we do collaborations with the military, of which the military have been providing us with the flight, the jets, and even the doctors who work there. So this loss was quite really saddened the union.
Just the way they're able to take care of the soldiers in the barracks and as they protect us as doctors, we also requesting and asking for that kind of protection. We feel like nobody has cared for the carer.
As negotiations on the ongoing doctor strike continue, the KMPDU officials say they are determined to ensure a solution is achieved.
We are not saying everything now. We can compromise and have a timeline of implementation of some of these things, but with clear-cut plan. We want doctors to be employed, so when they confirm to us that they'll employ, then we have to come up with the modalities of doing it. They can't say we're going to employ doctors and then tomorrow we have doctors.
This comes as they push for the posting of medical interns.
Government holds the stand they had before strike when it started negotiation, and even now. I think if that was softened and the returns become posted in batches as per the CBA.
Their efforts are geared towards ensuring the implementation of the 2017 collective bargaining agreement. Sarafina Robin for Sunday Express.
The county government of Mombasa has launched a tourism council aimed at promoting the coastal county as a tourist destination for both domestic and international markets. The council that has converged key tourism stakeholders in Mombasa will be tasked to develop products that are in touch with the current market trends. Industry players say they are yet to recover from the effects of COVID-19 and that the council would help improve the fortunes of tourism industry players across the coastal county.
To all the stakeholders together for purpose of coordination and coordination of marketing tourism in Mombasa.
We have a lot of products and a lot of experiences that the council is going to prioritize in packaging and bundling and putting them out there so that then we can be trendy and be in tandem with the developments that are happening around us. And therefore the council is going to be a very good avenue to be able to create this circuit so that we can identify what will probably be lacking in Mombasa but then can be complemented by another county and use this particular infrastructure to be able to expand the experiences that tourists will be seeking for that matter.
Now, it was joy and celebrations at PCA Kambui, that is church, when 7 couples tied the knot in a mass wedding organized by the church. The couples were offered the golden opportunity to solemnize their union and receive full church membership.
He who finds a wife finds a good thing, or better yet, those who find wives find good things. Another mass wedding in Kiambu County, this time at the PCA church. According to Reverend Joseph Gashwe, the church organized the mass wedding ceremony to help couples legalize their unions and fully join the church.
Ndoa inakuwa ni mtu mmoja, mke na mume na wasimamizi wao, alafu mchungaji. Basi hao watano wanatosha kwa harusi. Kwa hivyo wakati wa sherehe tunaona watu wengi wanaogopa sherehe kwa sababu ya gharama. Nasi tunasema tutaweza kufanya hivyo kama kanisa.
The couples were of different age sets, some young, others not so young. 75-year-old Frederick Ndeya Mbogwa and his 70-year-old wife Lucia Wanjiku Ndeya said they have been married for 50 years and already have adult children.
Siku ya leo nimefurahia sababu tulishikanishwa kanisani mimi na bibi yangu. Niko na furaha sana.
Peter Mwangi Nganga from the Akorino sect said he was happy that the church accorded him the chance to wed the love of his life, Philomena Wamboi. Peter said not even his denomination would stop him from exchanging vows with the mother of his children.
Nimefanya harusi ya kanisa sababu tulikuwa tumeoana kienyeji, ile harusi ya kienyeji. Sasa leo nina furaha sana kwa kuwa tumefunga pingu na bibi yangu.
For KBC Channel 1, I am Jael Wakesho.
shamba ni mbili. Yako ni gani? Kwenye star 570 hash. Every 100 shillings unayotumia kwa Lucky Game inakupa 1 entry point ya kuingia kwenye drum ya draw ambayo inakupa fursa ya kujishindia moja kati ya shamba hizi mbili. Mwisho wa April namtangaza mshindi wa shamba hili la 1.1 million Kenyan shillings na unapata title deed yako safi. Na mwisho wa Mei namtangaza mshindi wa shamba hili la 1.1 million Kenyan shillings, lori za mawe na mchanga. Ploti ndizo hizi. Dial star 570 hash. Title deed ndio hii. Vuka na shake.
Ili kupata msubiri Mungu kama sikiza tune yako, bonyeza star 812 star 501 hash.
Kijana kanipigia simu amejawa na huzuni. Amefadhaika yuhoi. Nikamuuliza kunani? Japo nimetia jitihada za mtu wa kujenga nyumba kwa mate, nikaongeza kumcha Mungu, sifanikiwi. Naishi kama lofa mlala hoi. Kabwela wa madongo.
Kupata msubiri Mungu kama sikiza tune, bonyeza star 812 star 501 hash. Star 812 star 501 hash.
So welcome to you in Can Total Food South Africa Cup of Nations.
This much moment, a good break and a score! And it's a goal for Mozambique.
Watch the Mozambique Cup as teams from both the top tier and lower tier battle for the ultimate prize of representing the country in Africa's CAF Confederations Cup. Catch all the action live and exclusive on KBC Channel 1, beginning with a round of 16 matches, the quarter-final, semi-final and the final. Mozambique Cup, live and exclusive on KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner.
Sports News is brought to you by Mozart Bet.
Yes, indeed. Time for sports. Sam Bernard Okumu. Let's begin with the 95th Mashemeji Derby, where FKF Premier League defending champions Gor Mahia registered a narrow 1-0 victory over rivals FC Leopards in an entertaining Mashemeji Derby played at the Nyayo National Stadium. Now the Jonathan McKinsey Chargers Gor Mahia currently top the league with 57 points, 19 points ahead of 8th placed FC Leopards.
Gor Mahia took charge of the game from the onset, dominating the early minutes of the first half. Kogalo took an early halftime lead in the 30th minute thanks to Austin Odhiambo's goal. Gor were however reduced to 10 men 5 minutes later, but proved to be in control, forcing a 1-0 halftime lead. In the second half, both teams came back stronger, with Gor bagging all points at full time. Following the win, the Jonathan McKinstry Chargers topped the league on 57 points and 19 points ahead of 8th place FC Leopards. In other matches, Tusker registered a 1-0 win over Ulinzi Stars as Moranga Seal battled to a goalless draw with Modern Youth.
Volleyball now, where reigning Kenyan champions Prisons Kenya humbled compatriots KPA by 3-1 to advance to the semi-finals of the ongoing 45th Africa Men's Volleyball Club Championship in Cairo, Egypt. Now KPA won the first set 25-9 before losing the second, third and fourth sets 25-22, 28-26 and 25-16 respectively. Prisons Kenya advanced to the last 8 with a 3 straight sets victory over Faith Union Sport of Morocco, while KPA had made their way to the quarterfinals after defeating INJS of Ivory Coast with a similar set score. In another quarterfinal match, Cameroon's Port Douala lost by 3-2 to Libya's Al Nasri. Another Kenyan side, Equity, beat University of Zimbabwe Wolves by 3-1 in the position 9-16 classification match. And to soccer now in Nakuru, where Buruburu and A3T soccer academies are the champions of the 2024 Under-20 Rausha Kipaji football tournament, which ended this evening at both the Nakuru Boys and Nakuru Girls High School grounds in Nakuru County. Now, Buruburu Girls topped the Victoria Sports Academy on the table to win the girls' title, while A3T defeated AC Manyara in the final to lift the boys' title. Mofa were the Under-17 champions, while Tuomok and Mofa Boys won the Under-15 girls and boys titles respectively. Mofa also won the Under-13 trophy. Matunda Junior lifted the Under-11 title, while Nakuru City A and Nakuru City B were crowned champions of the Under-9 and Under-7 years categories respectively. Jamhuri, Ubunifu, Kings, Lion Sports, Chugo Pals, Soccer Talent and Silver Eagles were winners of the play trophies in all the categories. About 200 teams competed in this year's 4-day tournament.
The problem has been coming with coaches, coaches who lie to kids and even fix kids to categories where they don't belong. It has affected our football, so when we come to play in top level, we don't find or we don't get the right material of players that we need to even compete for our country.
Kitu ya kwanza, lazima wachezaji wapate play time, especially hapo age ya U7, U9, U11 na U13. Because your age need development. Yeah.
And to golf now, where Nyali Golf and Country Club's Jimmy Kingori beat over 80 golfers to emerge as best individual player in the inaugural Kilifi Uganda Open golf tournament played at Vipingo Ridge. Kingori carded an impressive 41 Stableford points to claim the title. Edwin Kiptoo from Mombasa Golf Club was placed second with 40 points, while Hitindera Halal secured third place with 39 points. Now Uganda took home the trophy of the best team. Uganda's Consul General in Mombasa, Ambassador Paul Mukumbia, said the tournament was not just about golf but also bring Kenya and Uganda closer through tourism. He expressed excitement about making the tournament an annual event to strengthen ties and promote tourism between the two nations.
The golfers have been promoting these bilateral relations, but they have been promoting it just as golf. Now we want to promote it as golf tourism.
It's all amazing. We're all grateful and looking forward for more of these tournaments that can attract more tourism.
What I've taken from this is there's a real possibility that golf tourism can help bring the two countries together, and not just these two countries, but can really bring people together. When I came in this morning, there's people from different backgrounds, different cultures, all speaking about the same thing, all getting excited about golf.
And the Kenya Tourism Board, KTB, is seeking to partner with the Kenya Motorsports Federation to bring international bike rides to Kenya to showcase the country's natural beauty through the sport. KTB CEO June Chepkemei says the marketing agency will work with relevant partners on improvement of campsites and other facilities to ensure that they are equipped to provide a comfortable resting place for riders to recharge and connect with fellow adventurers. The CEO was speaking during the launch of a partnership with Inchcape Kenya aimed at elevating adventure tourism across the country. Kenya has an estimated 6,000 adventure riders with over 500,000 riders spread across the continent, highlighting the growing popularity of adventure touring.
Become a hub for adventure touring enthusiasts. We are looking to attract more than 500,000 riders across the continent to come and tour Kenya and experience the diverse offering and experiences that we have as a country.
Across the board, as world champion Max Verstappen destroyed the field to win the Chinese Grand Prix. Now, the Dutchman was in a league of his own again, or even over his teammate Sergio Perez, in a race punctuated by two mid-race safety cars in quick succession. Safety cars broke up Red Bull's cruise to a 1-2 finish, shuffling Perez behind McLaren's Lando Norris and Ferrari's Charles Leclerc. Norris drove an exceptional final stint to hold on to second ahead of Perez. Verstappen underlined his superiority over everyone, including Perez, with the crashing first stretch of the race.
Max Verstappen crosses the line to take victory in Shanghai. His 58th Formula One win, and he has destroyed the field once more. The Dutchman leads home Lando Norris. 2 Red Bulls on the podium.
And the defending champion Denver Nuggets beat Los Angeles Lakers 114-103 baskets to take a 1-0 lead in their NBA playoff first round series. Elsewhere in the Western Conference, the Minnesota Timberwolves beat Phoenix Suns 120-95 baskets.
Lakers. Jokic on the drive, off balance.
Nuggets star Nikola Jokic scored 32 points to help his side overcome narrow deficit at a halftime to win.
Finished by Aaron Gordon. Darvin Ham said Anthony Davis is...
The Nuggets beat the Lakers in all of their regular season game, but made a slow start before that 13-0 run in the third quarter to put them in control.
Austin Reeves, who established himself as the third best.
Elsewhere in the Western Conference, the Minnesota Timberwolves beat Phoenix Suns 120-95.
Drives back out to Josh Hart. His open three.
In the Eastern Conference, New York Knicks recorded 111-104 win over Philadelphia 76ers, while the Cavaliers beat the Orlando Magic 97-83.
So many games. And B banks at home. Hartenstein.
Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson led the Knicks with 22 points each as the second seed responded to Philadelphia's third quarter surge by pulling in front late on to seal victory.
Pull up, jump shot, Brunson. Got it.
Kingori Mwangi for Sunday Express.
7 remaining. Knicks take game 1.
Well, you're now in the know. That's how we end tonight's edition. Sunday Express Sports. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Bernardo Kumu. Remember that futsal final between host Morocco and Angola is coming up next on Channel 1. So keep watching. Stay tuned and enjoy the rest of your viewing.
Sports News was brought to you by Mozart Bet.
You can lift the plane. The higher you fly, the higher your win. The sky is the limit. Mozart Bet.
Well, now, as we come to a close in Sunday Express, we always promise you that we are indeed your true sports partner. And in that fashion, we're leaving you with some sporting action. Just taking time to remember that during the last year's London Marathon, we had our very own, the late Kip Toom, carrying the day. And sad to know that he passed on in February. He would be defending his title. But nonetheless, Munyao has done us well and done us proud in that particular race, as well as Perez Jepchirchir. We leave you with that sporting action. I've been your host, Regina Manyara. Have a pleasant week ahead.
One morning, you are with a healthy colleague. The next minute, he's ashes and gone forever. Now you see him, now you don't.
是你与女儿从来不与母亲来往的原因。
我不反对杨东去见他，但杨东
Saving human lives the only noble act? Are other species insignificant? I mean, who gave humans such a high honor anyway? No.